make sandwiches and take a flask of tea, and we'd go up to Lightning Hill and we'd have our dinner sit on the grass and have our dinner. And then we'd go and have a look down the caves. We'd get so far in, but we weren't game to go right through them, but we'd get far enough to have a look down into them.
Going to the pictures was a popular source of entertainment in Eaglehawk, and of a Saturday night, many of the locals headed to the Star to watch the latest blockbuster.
Well, actually, the cinema in Eaglehawk was before my time. It was called the Star Pictures. I can remember the building there later on where IJ is today, and that was later on. I can remember going there was a skater ring, not that I skated. Later on, they made it into badminton, they made it into basketball, they made it into factories for a lot of those things, and then it was pulled down when IJ. But then we had our own picture show with Eaglehawk. Was at the town hall every Saturday night from 7:30, and everyone sat in the same seat. No one booked seats and like that. If you went upstairs and you sat up in the gallery, it might have cost you an extra sixpence or something to go up there. But when the picture started off with a cereal, and every week you'd be worrying whether somebody the star's going to get his head cut off or something like that. Then we'd have next week's attraction. Then they'd show you the main picture. Now that was a funny part of the pictures of Eaglehawk. The main picture was always on first because they had to take it back to Bendigo to the theatre. And then they had the co-attraction, which would be, often in my days, was always cowboys like Tim Holtz and Gene Audrey, and there'd be comedy shows like Arsky and Asky, and then you'd have Charlie Chan, he was always on. But in the meantime, we'd show you preview of next week's. They'd show you the news. There was two lots of films, RKO's and another one, Movie Time, because in those days, no television, so people would have to look at the pictures to find out what was going on, because you wouldn't be able to see, like today, there'd be a fire at Eaglehawk, you'd see it on the TV, but you have to wait till a lot of those things come out on the national news.
The Eaglehawk Football Club was strongly supported by the locals, and crowds would pack into Canterbury Park to watch them play, or take the tram into Bendigo when they were playing at the Queen Elizabeth Oval, and cheer the Two Blues on from One-Eyed Hill.
Well, then on the stage of the football, which was a great Saturday entertainment for everyone locally, and as a very small kid, I couldn't even see over the pickets at the football ground, and my dad used to put me on what they call a pitcher, which is a large rock. I'd stand on that and watch the football every Saturday. Eaglehawk played at home. And then there was a favourite footballer of mine called Bob Jones, who played at fullback for Eaglehawk, and he knew me, and at three-quarter time they'd bring out oranges, and Bob would look for me and he'd roll this orange across to me, and I thought it was great as a kid.
Occasionally something special would come along, like the great Worth Brothers Circus, as Audrey will tell you.
Well, every year when we were younger, Worth Brothers Circus had their own train, and they would travel the lines and come through Eaglehawk and go into Bendigo or stop up where the RSL is now. And they would have elephants and lions, and you could hear the lions roaring as the train was coming along, and everybody knew Worth Brothers Circus was in town. And you'd go and watch them unload, and the elephants would pull the ropes and help them unload all the heavy stuff and get the lions' carriages pulled into place so kids could see them. And it was a big deal when Worth Brothers Circus came to town.
Lollies were just as popular then as they are now, and Eaglehawk kids would buy them whenever they were lucky enough to have a penny or two in their pocket.
Some nights Mum would give us a penny. Tilly Evans lived up on the corner, Tilly and Annie, and you'd go up and sing out, "Bring out the lolly box, Tilly," and she'd come out with the lolly box. She never got in the yard, but whatever you wanted, they would always bring it to the gate, but you never ever got in their yard. And I'd sing out, "Bring out the lolly box, Tilly, please." She'd say, "I know what you want, nulla nullas." And I'd get 2 nulla nullas for a penny.